Hi, my name's Andy, and this is my video for diversity awareness for the lecture application assignment. What I decided to do was go to a Buddhist temple and attend a service so that I could find out a little bit more about Buddhism. I've always kind of been interested in like the teachings of Buddha and the way that Buddhists live, so I thought it would be a fun experience. When I first walked in, someone came up to me and asked me if I was new. And I guess it must have been obvious because I kind of just walked around and didn't really know what to do. So he had me join a few other people who were there for their first time also, and he took us on a tour. And the first thing he showed us was the front of the temple and explained how that the Chinese letters above the door said Guang Ming Buddhist Temple. And he also told us about this big incense holder that was in front of the door. It's like this giant black and like gold. I don't know if it's like real gold or anything. People would go and make offering of peace. And then he explained how in the Buddhist teachings, they like explain they symbolize water and mountains a lot. So they had a representation for mountains and water next to the front of the temple, and there was a statue of a man carrying supplies, and there was rocks everywhere symbolizing the mountain, and then there was some pebbles that symbolized a stream, and then someone like washing clothes in it and drinking from the water. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And then he took us on a tour and took us to this other room where people go and they bring offerings of food and flowers and incense for the loved ones who have passed away. So it was like this really nice, like kind of quiet room, and he continued to show us the rest of like the classrooms where they teach Buddhism 101 and different they teach how to like write Chinese and they also teach Chinese and things like that. And so he took us into one of the rooms and kind of gave us like a crash course on what Buddhism is all about and who Buddha was. And he gave us this paper to take with us, and it had a lot of really great information on it. It actually tells us who Buddha was. Something I learned was that Buddha was actually a prince who was born in Nepal, and he was, very wealthy and grew up like having a very luxurious life and was married to a princess. And then one day, like, he wasn't happy and he wanted to like learn more about life and stuff, so he kind of left his family and found out about all these teachings and kind of took it all on his own. So, there's definitely a lot to learn there, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And they also taught us about the um, Four Noble Truths, which is something that they, live by, which is life is suffering, suffering has a cause, the cause of suffering can be ended, and the path to the end of suffering is the eightfold path, which is these eight like different rules that they have to that they try to live by every day. So I thought that was really interesting. Also, I think the experience was pretty great, and I definitely plan on going to some of the Buddhism 101 classes, um, in the next few weeks, and I would definitely recommend anyone to go check out the temple and get some information because I think it's something that we could all benefit from. And I also added some pictures at the end of the video so you can see some of the statues and things that were in front, and there's a picture of me lighting an incense at the offering. So, yeah, that's my video.